Hi, Mike, you're good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Representative Mike Quinn, and along with Representative Conley, we are the co-chairs of this medical record requests and record fee working group. What I hope to accomplish here is we really have two issues at play. Issue number one is the timeliness of receiving the medical records, at least from an attorney's point of view, and then also the costs associated with them. We all know that as technology has improved and medical records have become more complicated, a lot of doctors' offices are outsourcing that work to companies to handle it for them. What I'm hoping that we accomplish through this working group is we come up with a statute that will address both the timeliness and the costs. And I gather that one of the main issues that we're going to face is if a medical record is either too expensive or not timely received, where does the blame ultimately lie with that? Is it in how it was requested? Is in it how it was prepared? Is it in how it was transmitted from the doctor's office to a third-party records provider? So a lot of different issues that I think we need to work out, but I'm very confident that we can get to a place where we can come up with something that everybody can at least live with, so that this is being handled in a timely fashion. And with that, what I'd like to do is to go around the screen and have everyone just introduce themselves, what their interest is in this and what they hope to see accomplished. And I'll use my screen to start, and I'll start with Representative Conley.
Thank you, Representative Quinn. I'm Representative Conley on the 40 District, Groton and New London. I also do workers' comp like Representative Quinn does, so we are intimately involved with the frustrations of trying to get records. I will share that last week I had a hearing and the issue was medical treatment, and the commission was able to accommodate the hearing timely. We had the request for medical treatment, but what we didn't have was the doctor's full note. So the doctor wants this person to get a test. The insurance company wants to pay for the test. The claimant wants to have the test. The claimant's attorney wants to have the test. But there's a paperwork problem that's delaying everything. So you've got four parties that want to do it. And unfortunately, that doctor's office changed their portal from the one company that they had to the new company, and no one knew. So by the time we all came and utilized 15 minutes of the court time, we couldn't get any work done. And the claimant still doesn't have their test that the insurance company would like to pay. And the insurance company might even want this person to have the test and get off benefits quickly. So the delay in the different portals is affecting everyone, not just the people that need the treatment. It's affecting the whole system. So if we can come up with a solution, a workable solution to try to help get the system moving quickly, get the patients what they need, get the doctors what they need, get the fees categorized so that the workers' compensation can work productively, quickly, efficiently. That's what I'm hoping we can accomplish. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Mike D'Amico.
Thank you. So Mike D'Amico, I'm with the firm of D'Amico and Pedonici representing injured folks, not in the workers' compensation setting typically, but in civil litigation. And so the issues that we've had predominantly are both the cost and the timing, and the statutory scheme on the federal level is kind of mucked up. And the best way to solve it is with getting a good state statute on the books. So that's our interest.
Thank you. Marie Gallo Hall.
Good morning. I'm Marie Gallo Hall. I'm the agency legal director for the Workers' Compensation Commission. As many of you may know, the commission generally does not take a position with respect to what legislation should or should not be passed. I see my role here mainly as a source for, as you work things out and talk about things, to give you input as to how it might affect the commission, and just really logistical sort of information.
Thank you. Jennifer Cox.
Thank you, Representative Quinn. My name is Jennifer Cox. I'm an attorney. I work in what we now call advice and regulatory law, but I started my career as a litigator for providers on the defense side. So I'm familiar with the issue. Again, like Mike, not workers' comp, but I think the issue is the same. The majority of my work is with the Connecticut Hospital Association, who represents all of the acute care hospitals in the state. And probably hospitals and their health systems are the largest supplier of medical records, although their sophisticated record systems probably make it easier than the smaller providers. Our interest is to be sure that whatever happens that does achieve the goals that Representative Conley stated does not create unintended consequences, because there's only one pipeline of records. And when you prioritize one set of records, it deprioritizes others. And of course, the complexity of which everyone so far spoke of is true, federal versus state, but also issues regarding privacy, sensitive records such as reproductive health, the need for human factors involved, not just computer or machine generated records. So that is what we're here to help assist navigate.
Thank you. Elizabeth McElhaney.
Thank you. My name is Liz McElhenney. I am from the Association of Health Information Outsourcing Services, or HEOS, where I serve as the regulatory chair. So I'm coming at this from the release of information contractor perspective. I work with some of Jennifer's clients. And really what I'm looking to do with this work group is to provide some insight into the ROI process considerations that we have, try to achieve a mutually satisfactory turnaround time with everybody on the call, and then modernize the fee statutes. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Mike Johnson.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Mike Johnson. I work at Sullivan & Lashane in Hartford. We're the government affairs firm that represents the Connecticut State Medical Society, state's largest independent practicing association. I just wanted to clarify that any information that I can help facilitate, I'll be glad to. We will have Lane Gackos, who's our executive director, participating in future meetings as well. And we'll try to see if Dr. Stacy Taylor, who's our newly elected president from last month, will also be able to provide some feedback and help facilitate data, and happy to participate.
Okay, thank you. Kyle Probst.
Thank you, Representative Quinn and Representative Conley, for having this meeting and getting us started on this, what I believe is an important topic. I'm Deputy General Counsel and Director of State Government Relations for Ciox Health, and we are a record production company that works with medical providers, both hospitals and individual practice groups and physicians, to produce records to third parties who need those records, and also to other providers for continuing care purposes. I have to say right up front that I've been in this role for 11 years and been involved in state government relations across the country, and we've dealt with this issue many times. And I'd like to share my experiences across those states so that we can hopefully come to a resolution here in Connecticut that'll modernize your statute, as well as make it something where business can continue to operate and get those records in your hands quickly. Because I think Elizabeth at HEOS, we work together on a number of issues in a number of states, and it is not our industry's intent to delay getting any records to the attorneys. We are here to facilitate the transfer of records. And if we can do something to the law to facilitate that, that's what we're here for. We just want to make sure everyone understands the complicity in this, and how difficult it is to actually produce a record and get it to someone in a timely fashion. It's not as easy as just pushing a button, even in this electronic age. So thank you.
Thank you. Kathleen Nastri.
Hi, good morning. Kathleen Nastri from Koskoff and Beater. I'm a plaintiff's malpractice trial lawyer, past president of the Connecticut Trial Lawyers, and also past president of the American Association of Justice. Because I do medical malpractice work, the obtaining of records is, paramount to everything that we do. We rely on them for, it's it's the foundation for all of our work. And I would add to the issues of timeliness and cost, which are out of control in this age of electronic medical records, completeness and legibility, which are real problems. As I'm sure most of you know, in malpractice cases, we need a complete set of the records before we can even file suit. And we find more and more that the records are not complete. In this day of electronic medical records, with records that used to be a couple hundred pages are now 12,000 pages. And my clients cannot pay 65 cents a page for 12,000 pages. So I'm glad that we are addressing a antiquated, out-of-date statute, and hopefully we bring us into the 21st century with electronic medical records and costs. So I'm happy to be here, and I appreciate the work of the committee.
Thank you. Carl Schüssel.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve. I have the pleasure of working with Attorney Jennifer Cox, who did a terrific job sort of describing, her perspective, but also the perspective of the Connecticut Hospital Association as a representative of an important provider in the continuum of care. Just from a personal background perspective, I've been practicing law in Connecticut for 40 years, served in the General Assembly for 12, served as counsel of the State Senate for 6, have been at CHA for the past 13 years. And a long time ago, I was actually a member of the Connecticut Trial Lawyers Association. So if you stick around long enough in Connecticut, you pretty much get to do a little bit of everything along the way. There's always room for improvement in Connecticut statutes. I think that getting this panel of experts together to take this issue on is appropriate and timely. But we have to make sure that we're mindful of the consequences of what we might perceive as an improvement and understand the full transactional costs of vetting these improvements. So grateful to be part of the process and looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Representative O'Day, who is partly responsible for why we're here in the first place.
Thank you very much.
In a good way.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm still on. I did log on at 10 o'clock with my work computer, and I don't think the host recognized me. So, but in any event, my cell phone here, I appreciate everybody getting together. And I'm particularly interested in Mr. Probst, Kyle, your experience in other states, because I will tell you, as someone who was probably 80% defense and 20% plaintiffs, I had attempted to get some records. As Attorney Nastri stated, they wanted $10,000 for medical records. And it was months in the process, and it's just not, that's not acceptable. So I want to hear what the other practices that other states utilize, and I want to, make it better here in Connecticut. So thank you very much, Representative Quinn, for putting this all together.
Thank you. Susan Schaffman.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much. Really appreciate this opportunity to participate. I represent the Connecticut Orthopedic Society, 240 orthopedic surgeons that take care of tens of thousands of injured workers in Connecticut. We're very interested in this issue. We have our concerns as well, and of the unintended consequences of EMR. And we really want to be a part of this discussion and the solution to resolve these issues. I don't think that, physicians are on purposely, right, taking too much time. I do think that there's some nuances there that really need to be addressed in the statute as we move forward, and just look forward to the discussion. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And last but not least, in case I don't think I missed anyone, Senator Summers.
Yes, good morning, and thank you. I'm between two meetings also. I am the ranking member of the Public Health Committee. We have had this bill, or a bill similar to medical records, in front of us for nearly 8 years. I'm glad that this group is coming together to try to find a solution to the ever-changing area of medicine with electronic records, etc. I am here to sort of be the voice of balance. I understand what the trial lawyers are looking for. I also understand the intricacies of delivering an electronic medical record from a doctor's perspective. I have been in a medical malpractice lawsuit myself, so I understand the nuances and how long it can take to get the information, which is frustrating. But I will caution you that doctors are not sitting around with lots of time on their hands to be able to generate all kinds of records for someone who wants them. So I think it's really important that we have this group, that we hear both sides, that we can find true balance in what has been requested and what actually has been tried to be pushed through the legislature without having the proper hearing, which is why I'm really glad we're having this group, and to come back to the legislature with changes in the statute that can satisfy both sides of this complicated issue. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I think that, I did touch on the scope and goals of the working group, so I don't think I'll go into any more detail on that. What we will do is send around an email just to get a sense from everyone if there's any particular day of the week that works better, any particular time of the day that works better, whether you're comfortable with things being totally virtual at this point, or if there is a sense that we should try and do a hybrid, part in person, part virtual. I mean, my preference is to keep it virtual because I think that that's going to allow us to have the most participation by the members of the committee. Obviously, everybody is working and getting pulled in different directions, so I think that the virtual option is probably the better place to go. But seriously, if anybody feels that in person would be better, or at least an in-person option, then don't hesitate to say that in the email, and we'll come up with a consensus. I think at this point we will keep it to Tuesdays in the morning. But again, if there's a sense that another day of the week might work better, or another time of the day might work better, we'll certainly come up with that based on what everyone responds. So at this point, we were thinking of doing this every 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now would be election day, so we'll stay away from that. So I'm thinking that at this point, Tuesday, November 14th would be our next meeting. But again, in the meantime, we'll send around an email to everyone just to get a sense of if that is a good strategy, and understanding that everybody's schedule is going to change from week to week. Before we sign off at this point, does anyone have any questions or concerns that they'd like to raise? And if you would just use the raise hand button so that I can call on you. All right, good. That means we're doing things perfectly. So we will call it a day at this point. We'll be in touch by email, and we'll plan to be back here virtually on Tuesday, November 14th at 10 in the morning. Great. Thank you all again for being here. And, on behalf of Representative Conley, I know that we greatly appreciate your willingness to serve on this, and I'm remain confident we can come up with a solution that will work best for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.